Hello and welcome to episode number 2 of Left Side of the Lane podcast. My name's Craig Monroe.
Scotty Kramer.
Hello, Scotty. You doing all right?
Yeah, how about you?
I'm freezing. It's so cold in here. Of course, we're recording at Munsee Lanes in the tournament office. So if you're walking by, there's a big old window. If you're at Munsee Lanes, there's a big window. You might see us. But yeah, anyway, so to start this episode out, I think we're going to talk about, we did a poll on Facebook. Yeah, cut that off. I'm getting a phone call. You want to answer it?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, Chase. I'll call you back.
So we took a poll on Facebook. We bowled each other. It's been a while ago now.
Yeah, that was 3 weeks ago.
Oof, yeah, that we're behind. But we bowled each other on Sunday night league. We bowled league Sunday night here at Munsee Lanes, and we just asked kind of what everybody thought our scores were going to be.
First off, thank you for the generous responses.
Agreed, yeah. I think you guys forgot we were bowling at Munsee Lane. But, so anyway, we ended up with a tie.
Because we suck.
Yeah, 639. And I think I had it going pretty good at the turn.
I think we both had 460 plus going to the turn or something like that.
Yeah, that's just...
It was rough.
Yeah.
Third game was rough.
When we talk about our mental game episode, whenever that may be, I think that's going to come up because I definitely had a little fry out after that. It was just unfortunate.
Anyways, so the closest, nobody said we were going to tie, which I thought was actually kind of surprising. Mm-hmm. The closest guess to our scores would have been Jeff Harris. He said Craig would have shot 654, and I would have shot 652. Mm-hmm. He was the closest. That's
pretty close. I think that his might have been the lowest.
His was the lowest, actually. So,
is that good or bad?
He's realistic. He just knows how this place works.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, 639. It might not just be Munsee Lanes. I mean, Munsee Lanes is notoriously...
213 a game. That's not even that bad. It's just the fact that we had 470 and 460 at the turn.
Yeah. I kind of want to not talk about it anymore. But no, I'm just kidding. It was fun because we. The first 2 games were great because, we enjoyed bowling each other, and we both had some pretty good scores going in there. You probably got me and put me out of some brackets.
Yeah, just to get second place in every single one of them.
Mm-hmm. That's unfortunate. So, so Jeff was the closest. I think you said Jack was pretty close, too.
Jack Kirby said 663 to 654.
So Jeff and Jack thought I was going to shoot 654?
Yes.
Oh, that's kind of odd. I don't know.
Other than that, there's only like 3 series under 700. Chase Calhoun said 675 to 658.
That's not bad. That's pretty close.
I mean,
Chase.
If I shoot 200 last game, I'm like right there. So.
Mm-hmm. I don't even remember what I shot the last game. It was just...
I know I shot like 160.
I know I missed a 2-pin. I missed a 2-pin by about a foot.
I missed a 4-7 and we lost the game.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How many points? What was the points? I think we might have took 2 off of you.
Yeah,
that was
that last game.
You missed a 4-7.
Yeah, I shot 160.
Did you miss them both?
No, I chopped it.
You chopped the 4 back?
Yep.
Or around it?
Back.
Which is worse?
Definitely around it, because that means you missed bad.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'd say chopping it
Nope.
back is worse for me. Because you throw a good shot. If you're throwing it straight, that ain't bad. And you chop. When I throw the ball pretty straight, I'm getting mad thinking about missing a 4-7. I throw spares pretty straight, and when I chop a 4-pin off the 7 back, and I'm throwing it straight, there's something that just I don't understand. It doesn't seem like physics goes out the window. That window right there. What were we talking about? This is one of those tangents I was talking about.
Talking about our horrible.
Yeah, and
third
Jack,
game.
Man, I played fantasy. Or we played fantasy football this year. and Jack just murdered everybody.
Yeah, every single week.
He was like, seriously, he was like 11 and, I don't know, 11 and 2 with how many weeks? I don't know. Something like that. Something,
yeah, I don't know.
Just crazy. I got third in that league.
I started out with 5 wins and ended with like 7.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Fantasy, that's just rough. You know what would be cool? This is another tangent. Are we still talking about this? Or no? Because I was thinking about fantasy bowling. That'd be kind of legit.
That would be legit. You can bet on bowling now.
Yeah, I know.
That would be kind of cool, just week to week.
Oh, man.
Did we just come up with $1 million idea?
I think so. Man, that would be cool. How would that work? What do
you would just have to, when you have to go game by game.
Yeah.
I don't know. It would have to be more of like just a grand total score. And then like if you make a cut, like it's an added point.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, like you have the points breakdown. Just like
any other fantasy sport ever.
Yeah, right. Huh.
Anyways,
cool. You said you can bet on bowling. Now, I've never done it. I'm not a sports bettor
either. I mean, I bet on other stuff, but not bowling. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not that big of a gambler like that. But
must be nice.
So can you?
So
Are
it must
you
be
addicted?
nice. Not addicted, but I do like to bet. Bet.
I wonder if it's like if it gets down to where like you can, if you're watching it like on Flow Bowling or whatever, or
like if you can cash out or whatever.
Yeah, and say bet on like, is he gonna make this spare or not?
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be cool. We're giving out all these ideas, and I don't know.
Yeah, somebody's gonna take them, and we're just gonna be screwed.
Yeah.
That's trademarked, by the way.
Yeah, don't take that idea. Dude, what if this is crazy? This is totally like we should do that for Munsee.
Yeah,
draft a fantasy team.
That'd be fun. Make it a pool.
We should do that. Dude.
That would be kind of cool.
Because we talked about kind of drafting a team. Should I not talk about this? Because we talked about it in private a little bit.
It doesn't matter.
Drafting like it's kind of the same thing we were talking about. Drafting a team and then, having you bet on scores. It's like I know Bloomington does an optional doubles for their city tournament. Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm.
It's like, so if we go, say like we're on a team, and we go and bowl, like I can bowl doubles with anybody else in the building, and we just use those scores. But you just got to pay. It's a separate event.
Separate, so you have doubles and then a separate doubles.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you're bowling doubles, like we're bowling doubles.
Yeah.
I can bowl doubles with this other person.
And it's a different event,
on
or
the
it goes in
squad.
the same.
I think it's a different event. But yeah, that's kind of cool. But man, we can make that a whole big thing.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. Comment and stuff on if you want to see that, because that'd be pretty cool.
Any ideas you have?
Yeah, really, we're really open to that. But just to make bowling more fun, people like to bet money and they like to.
That is kind of the whole point of this whole thing. To
bet
get
money?
people. No.
Oh, I was gonna say.
I'm talking about to get people interested.
Yeah, and I hope that works. I mean, we've got a lot of excuse me, I just had a stroke. But my cat ran across my keyboard in my brain. Well, that's anyway, I literally don't know where I'm at now. We had some interaction is what I was trying to say. Wow. So I hope, and it's kind of exciting, right, to get a shout out on a podcast at a bunch of.
Yeah, we'll definitely shout you out if you.
A bunch of people watch it. I don't think.
Something interesting, anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's next? We were talking about bowling at Munsee Lanes is hard.
Yes.
Bowling at Munsee Lanes is hard, man. So, even though you guys gave us some pretty good scores, I kind of I say I struggle here, but I average probably 217 on Thursdays and like maybe right at 220 on Sundays. You're going crazy though on Thursdays.
On Thursdays, I'm bowling really well. On Thursdays, on Sundays is a different story.
Yeah.
I just got to 229 this.
229 on Thursdays.
Yep.
That's pretty crazy in any league.
Yeah, 211 on Sundays.
Oh.
On fire.
Sheesh.
On fire.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I really have no clue.
It's a mixed league on Sundays. It's a men's league on Thursdays.
5-man on Thursdays, 4-person on Sundays.
Yeah. Are you the only lefty on your Thursday night team?
I have a backup bowler, right-handed backup bowler on our team. So technically, there's 2 people over there.
On Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 lefties, me and another lefty on Thursdays.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, you think Munsee Lanes is a lefty house? Is every house a lefty house? I mean,
I think Munsee's always broken down weird.
Dude, look at my hand. Sorry. I can't get it open. I can't get this bottle open.
Dude.
I can't get it open. Look at my hand. No, don't do that. Are you serious? Look at my hand. God bless it. Why do you... Sometimes... I'm about to bleed. These bottles from Walmart, dude, I don't know what they do to them. I'm dead serious. I don't know what they do to they glue it on there. Okay, don't bring any drinks on that. You're tickled by that. Whew. Golly. Dude. That was horrible.
So, anyways.
Yeah, what were we talking about? Munsee Lanes?
So, to me, Munsee Lanes is always broken down really weird.
Yeah.
And it varies from night to night.
Mm-hmm.
And even from night to night to pair. But
I would say lane to lane even.
Yeah, really. But, so, I mean, obviously that's going to benefit a lefty over a righty just because most of the time there's more right-handers on a pair. So, it changes even faster.
Mm-hmm.
But
and they're wood lanes, of course. I think most people know that. But, I mean, most everywhere you go now, if you're not in Munsee, are synthetic lanes. Some synthetics are older than others, so that can affect a little bit. But wood lanes, especially when they're older, just break down strange. Do you experience a lot of carry down?
I don't.
You don't?
Mm-mm. I get to where the heads just get fried.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, my ball hooks twice instead of like you're saying it wouldn't hook, but mine's hooking at the arrows and then hooking at 40 foot.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you clearly have a lot more. You have a lot more hand than me, but I find myself at Munsee Lanes balling up in the later games. I'll ball up. Usually it's to a shiny ball so I can get through the heads, like because I experience that too.
Yeah.
But you know, the like halfway through the second game, I'll just start hitting flat. You know.
Yep.
And so a lot of times I'll ball up and get something to save a little bit more energy and kick that 7 out. But I don't know. I feel like, is that weird?
No, I mean, I do the same thing a lot.
Yeah.
I also find myself just moving left instead of moving right, but I don't necessarily switch balls.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I hardly ever move right here. But
yeah, I feel like that's another thing. Is this place is definitely it's a down and in.
Yeah, it's hard to score here from swinging the line. The only person I know of is Chuck.
Yeah, he's like a slow wheel guy.
Yeah,
Chuck
and
Bester.
RV. I know RV's got the. He used to bowl pretty well here.
Yeah.
He's the only one that's got 860 in all 3 houses. That's a lot.
That's 860 is a bunch.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's crazy. And it's like, it seems like if you have like a little belly to your ball, you're gonna struggle more than like. It seems like you either got to be straight down the boards
or sliding the left hand gutter
or freaking swinging the entire lane, which is kind of interesting. It's like a Eugene McCune would bowl really well here, probably. Because that dude, if he's bowling on cheetah, I mean, he's piping it up 3, piping it up 3 about 100 miles an hour. Or he'll just move all the way left and swing away. But
there's no mid-lane play.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Talking about the mental side of it a lot, I see a lot of people bowl here that I consider good bowlers, and it's just tough on them here. And I think since we grew up here, it's made us better.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we've been bowling in here for years and years, and I think we're the top 2 averages on Thursday. Maybe not now. I think CJ,
not on Sundays. I'll tell you that.
Sunday. Yeah.
I'm not.
Oof, that's rough.
Me, you, and CJ are probably top 3. I know Derek Powell's bowling pretty well this year also.
Yeah. But it's hard on people that come out of town.
That is my favorite thing about bowling here is when we have like Slavin's Thanksgiving Day tournament and other people come here.
Yeah.
I love it. My favorite conversation ever, Dakota Solanka came here and bowled. And he goes, dude, I had all the room in the world. He said we moved to the next pair. Not even from like 39 and 40 to 1 and 2 or whatever, but like 9 and 10. I think you skip 1 or 2 pairs on Thanksgiving. I think it's 2.
Like that. 2 maybe.
So he goes from 9 and 10 to 15 and 16. And he goes, dude, I threw 5 shots. And the first 4 were flush. I threw the 5th one, thought it was the best one I've thrown yet, and it never hooked. I was like, yep, and welcome to Munsee Lane.
It's crazy.
He's like, I don't understand. I don't get it.
Yeah, nobody does. It's like a black box. You don't know what's going on.
Jalen Mosley cracks me up because he'll come here every year and be so fried out after 2 games, and then he'll finish 4th or higher. I think he got 2nd one year and finished with like 830 for the last 3.
That's crazy. That kid's crazy.
Yeah.
He crazy good. He's not just crazy. I mean, he might be. I don't know. But, I saw he freaking forgot his backpack. This is crazy.
Yeah.
He forgot his backpack. Right. He's got his shoes in it. So he has a tennis shoe on his right foot.
Which is not a slide foot.
And a house shoe on the other foot.
And he shot 800?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
803 or something like that?
I don't even care. 800, It's like, I mean, I just don't understand that. It's nasty. I mean, some people, I mean, not to this isn't the Jalen Mosley show, but, he's a good guy, good bowler. I mean, that's just crazy. But, and if he's doing that and coming to Munsee Lanes and struggling, I mean, that just tells you.
Yeah.
So if your average at Munsee Lanes is,
if you can average 200 to 210 here, you're a decent bowler.
Yeah.
Anything over 210, I'm like, yeah, you're pretty good. We can go bowl some tournaments if you want.
Yeah. And people just, it's sad because people, they really get down on themselves, when they bowl kind of mediocre here. And everybody, I tell them, this is not easy. So, I mean, your average is always going to be lower here, and it makes you better.
Yeah. Another thing, back to the mental part of it. I've never seen so many trash talkers in one place. Like, I don't go anywhere else and have people talk to me like, because you got Mark Miller, Dave Slavin.
Yeah. Speaking of Dave Slavin, there he is right there.
Right in the window.
Yep.
But they'll talk to you while you're bowling. Like if you guys are bowling on 9 and 10, he'll sit there both of them will sit on the approach and say something while you're bowling. And like that doesn't happen anywhere else.
I know. We've got a special culture here for sure.
Yeah.
And it's just absolutely hilarious. I mean, this past Thursday night, you got a guy on the pair next to us throwing a ball, and it hasn't even got to the arrows yet, and he's already turned around talking smack to the person, and it works.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say who it was, but definitely flagged the spare that they were shooting, but I'm just saying.
That's Mark Miller's greatness of trash talk right there.
Yeah. And I think it's fun.
I do. I have more fun bowling league here than I do bowling any tournament anywhere else.
I agree. It's weird, though, when you take teams to, like, if we take Munsee teams to a tournament and they, we talk to each other like that.
Everybody else is like, oh, God.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know what
the district challenge that happened.
Yeah, that's right. District challenge, man. Shout out to us on that because 2 Munsee teams took first and second.
In a tournament where another, I don't remember who it was. I think it had to be Columbus because They had won like the past 3 or 4 years consecutively.
Yep, and we got it this time. And there was a step ladder. It was Bakers. It was all Bakers, and I love bowling Bakers, dude, especially with Munsee people that talk smack. Why we don't have like a Baker tournament here is beyond me, because that would be freaking hilarious.
Well, let's do it.
Okay. We're just coming up with all the ideas.
This is the idea podcast.
Yeah.
The episode to do it.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, it's just so funny. I'm trying to think of, like, some examples. I mean, you got, like I said,
Craig Strauss, when he walked, we were 5 frames in, and he walked over on me. It was like, he flexed on me. I mean, that's, in comparison, that's a big guy.
Oh, yeah. When you got people that throw a shot and they, on the lane next to you, and they're, like, crossing and stepping over the ball return, looking you dead in the eye. That is so funny. And some people just can't handle that, man.
I know.
It's, I mean, it's tough when you start out and you're not used to that stuff. I mean, really, oof, it's bad. When I bowled in college, so my handle on everything is spare shooter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I made that up when I was like a freshman in high school because I thought it was cool. It is cool. I think it's cool. Sounds fun. But when I was in college, listen, if your name is spare shooter, you better not miss a spare. Okay? Because in college, whenever I'd miss a spare during a tournament, the whole team would say, "Spare shooter," like that, and it just made me so angry. But that's part of it. I mean, it's funny. It's in the moment. Yeah, I was really mad.
You get frustrated.
I was really frustrated because I'm so hard on myself anyway. You know, if I'm missing a 7 pin, believe me, dude, you don't need to reprimand me because I'm doing it to myself in my head. But then spare shooter, I'm like, oh God. But I mean, we gave it right back too. So
right.
There was one guy that we nicknamed his spare ball Felicia, because we said that it would always say "Bye, Felicia" to the pin as it was missing it going by. And then what was another one? Sharkeisha. We nicknamed one spare ball Sharkeisha, and when we know the guy was going to miss a spare, we say Sharkeisha, no. I don't know. Our whole college experience was based on like memes. But anyway, yeah. Oh, we're getting into mental game now, but yeah, we just bowled a Bakers tournament. Speaking of Bakers, we bowled a Bakers tournament in
Ohio. Yeah. Somewhere in Ohio.
Should I talk about this?
I mean, I don't want to, but
okay, fair enough. We'll say that. We'll table that one. But yeah,
Munsee Lanes. I'm sitting here trying to think. I don't think there's anywhere like Munsee Lanes.
Mm-mm. And we're really blessed by it, I think.
It's a blessing in disguise, is what it is. Because when you bowl here week to week, you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, you start to fry out a little bit.
And back to the mental part for the third time, but I think I've never heard or seen it myself, but I was told that Stan, the manager of the bowling alley, when you were bowling well and you had the front 11 or something like that, he'd talk to you on the mic. I don't know if that is true, but I've heard it multiple times. And some people hated it, didn't want to come back, and some people absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
And Stan didn't care either way. This is one of the few places, like, you go to most places and they're like, was the shot good tonight? Was the shot great? Like, did you shoot 800? Mm-hmm. And Stan's like, did you shoot 450?
Yeah, right.
And not even on purpose. It's just like, it's not like he enjoys us bowling bad, because he obviously wants people to bowl well. But
right.
It's more of he likes the struggle here. Yeah. Like, it makes some people come back, and it makes other people run away.
Yeah. And I think you do a lot of, should I say this? Weeding out of, like, the weak-willed people. Should I say that?
I mean, if you bowl Munsee Lanes week to week and you come back every year, you're...
Yeah, you're definitely, like, a strong
warrior
person when you do that, because, like, man, it's tough. And what you said about Stan is funny. We used to have like a small eliminator tournament after Thursday night bowling. Did you ever bowl in those?
I never got to, because they haven't. I was still youth. Yeah, they haven't done it in a while.
But I had the front 9 in an eliminator one time. and I was in my approach for the 10th ball, and somebody turned the freaking lane off. I was like, "Are you serious?" I mean, oh man.
Oh my god, dude.
And we were not using the mics that whole time?
No, that does go to the... I don't even know. I don't know what that's for, really. We're just going to have to see how it sounds.
Hello. Scotty just reached over and plugged this thing in.
That hasn't been plugged in the whole time.
It hasn't been plugged in.
I hope we didn't just waste that whole thing.
No, I don't think so. I mean, the camera's got audio anyway.
Well, so does the computer, so we'll just see how it sounds, I guess. It might get significantly better right after that.
Oh, yeah. So if we sound a lot better, that's why.
But we're not scrapping it. We already scrapped one episode.
Yeah,
can't do it again.
We can't do that. Yeah, I mean, it was recording on my... It would have done the recording from my computer microphone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we bought all this... stuff, and I didn't plug it in. I didn't plug it in before we started, so I mean, I couldn't open this bottle earlier either. So I mean, I mean, just don't expect too much. I mean, seriously. But what were we talking about? We're talking about Munsee lanes. Somebody turned the freaking lane off.
Yeah, and your approach on your 10th ball.
Man, left a 6-pin. I remember. I mean, it's hard not to yank it when the lane cut off.
I think my favorite thing, well, not actually my favorite thing, it's one of my least favorite things, when people will be like, "You ever shot 300 before?" Mm-hmm. And while you got to front 8, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
you're like, well, maybe not now.
Yeah, right.
How many of those you got, dude? You're about to shoot 300.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Or when this happens to me all the time. At Championship Lane specifically, for some reason, in Anderson, I'll come in there and somebody will say, "You gonna shoot 300 tonight?"
Nope, not anymore. Thanks.
I mean, why? Why do you even say that? Even if you're not a superstitious person, which I am.
Yeah, I am too.
But speaking of superstition, I gotta tell this. Okay, how do I want to tell this? So one night, I was bowling league Thursday night. It was December 15th, 2016.
Why do you know this?
You'll find out. December 15th, 2016. I'm setting the stage. So I'm bowling Thursday night. I think it was my first year bowling adult. I was in college at the time. I was wearing a National Honor Society polo because that's the kind of guy I am. And slacks. And I was wearing slacks too. Because I worked at a credit union at the time. This is all unnecessary. But I'm bowling, and Kevin Schaefer, one of the best bowlers I've probably ever seen in my entire life.
Yep.
Shout out to you, Kevin. He lives somewhere else now.
He lives in Tennessee.
He lives in Tennessee. The volunteer state. Anyway. So Kevin Schaefer was bowling on the pair next to me. And he's got like the front... He had the front 10, I think, and shot 280 something. And I noticed, have you heard this story before? You've never heard this? Mm-hmm. Oh man, this is so good. I noticed he likes to wear those like bedazzled jeans, those weird bedazzled jeans. But I noticed he missed when he put his belt on that day. He missed a loop.
I have heard this.
You have heard it?
Yeah, I have.
He missed a belt loop. Okay, and I was like, I'm so weird for this, but I was like, man, Kevin had the front 10 that game. He missed that belt loop, dude. So, I went to the bathroom, took my belt off, and put it back on, and missed the same loop that he did on purpose. The next game, I shot my first 300 ever. I shot my first 300 ever the next game. And that's such a crazy story because that's such a. I feel like that's such a me thing to do. You
It's
know?
weird.
I mean, it's stupid. It's stupid stuff.
You still miss a belt loop every now and then?
Well, that's what everybody says. Oh, you gotta miss a belt loop every time. Well,
that's why you can't shoot 300 this year. You got 4 299s. Well, you have 1 300.
I do have one. Yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
But I don't miss the belt loop unless Kevin Schaefer is bowling on the pair next to me.
So you'll never miss it again.
Well, I mean, I don't want to say that. I hope we bowl together again.
Well, I mean,
sometime.
I hope he does come back, and he ain't coming back from Tennessee though. He's just going to come randomly bowl a tournament.
Maybe, I don't know. But if he's not there next to me, missing a belt loop, I'm not gonna do it.
Have you tried it though?
No. Maybe I should.
You got a belt on tonight?
I do. I always wear a belt, man.
I do not.
I'm gonna do it right now. I got one of those click belts that the old men wear. Listen.
Dude, if you shoot 300, I'm wearing a belt every single time I bowl. I'll be wearing sweats. Put a belt on around it.
Is this weird?
Yeah. It is.
Okay, I think it was this one. Ooh, I don't know about this pair of jeans though, because I don't think there's the same number of loops. Okay. Oh.
Oh.
There we go.
Oh my goodness.
So you heard it here. I've the loop has been missed, so I'll get back to you on how I shoot. You know, maybe that is the key. Sorry, I'm like feeling for it now. That feels weird. Anyway, you got any kind of crazy like superstitions like that? What do you do that's weird? Because I think everybody thinks I'm such a freaking weirdo right now, so I need you to back me up. Please.
I mean, I don't know that I do anything weird. I don't go to the bathroom when I'm bowling. If I'm bowling well, if I'm bowling,
you hold it
okay,
in.
if I'm bowling well, I do not go to the bathroom. And it doesn't even. I don't even think it has anything to do with like stepping in something because I don't ever wear a shoe cover. Like I don't slide, but a few inches. So
crazy.
Like, it's like it doesn't bother me anyways. But I think it's literally just the feeling of like I gotta pee. Yeah, I don't know why, but I just won't do it. Won't do it.
So it's not like the logistics of.
Yeah, there's no logic to it. It's just literally. I don't know.
Well, I also try not to go to the bathroom, but it's because I'm like a normal person, so I wash my hands after I.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't.
Well, if I'm bowling, I use the bathroom.
Don't tell me you don't.
No, listen.
Wash your hands.
If I go bowling, I use the bathroom. I put on hand sanitizer.
Oh.
Because it doesn't really change the.
Really?
Like the feeling of your hands.
I don't know, but I don't want to wash my left hand.
Yeah, I won't wash my hands when I bowl.
But do your hands get like nasty
when you bowl?
When you bowl, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Please don't when you pee. I was like, I mean, technically.
Oh, well, I mean, depends on how good your aim is, I guess. My hand, by the way, look at it. It's still red from trying to open that bottle. But, golly. I'm trying to think of some other superstitions here.
Are you big on routine?
Yes.
I have to do the same thing every time. If I mess up, I have to restart.
Yeah, me too.
I do have a weird thing. It's not really a superstition, but I do things in fives.
Wipe my fives? Yeah. Oh, man, the battery's going to run out on this camera, it looks like.
That's all right. We're almost done anyways.
Yeah.
But either threes or fives. It just depends.
And what do you mean? You do what things?
I mean everything. Literally anything I can. That makes sense. Like if I was to click this right here, it'd be...
So that's just not when you're bowling? Or
no, that
anything?
Is like... Yeah, like OCD type. That I don't have, but maybe I do.
Maybe you do. I don't know. The audience is going to diagnose you, I think, if you don't.
Well, but like I wipe my ball.
I wipe my ball.
I wipe my ball down 3 or 5 times, and then like I got a what's that called? Rosin bag.
Rosin bag, yeah.
Grip on that thing 3 or 5 times.
Mhm. Yeah, I always wipe the ball down with a towel because I track really high. My track is really high on my ball. So if I don't, then my index finger will sit in the oil, and I hate that feeling.
Mine has nothing to do with that. Mine's literally just to make myself slow down.
Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's like it's a dual purpose. You know, people make fun of me because if I change balls,
You'll still wipe it.
I'll
yes,
still wipe
I
it,
do the same
even though
thing.
there's no oil.
Mm-hmm.
If I change balls, I'll wipe it. Even though I haven't thrown it before, I wipe the spare ball.
I don't wipe the spare ball because I don't have a spare ball. I don't wipe it before I throw a spare either.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where's your track at? I mean, do you get your hand in the oil?
It's farther down the thumb. It's kind of
lower track.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother thing. The whole spare ball versus that's a whole episode right there. I think.
No. Okay, we're ready now. Keep going. I like that. Okay, so sorry about that. We had to take a little break because we were getting ready to bowl league. It was like 10 minutes till we bowl league. We didn't even realize it. So plus the camera ran out of battery.
Yeah.
So
that's
I mean,
where that little black spot came from.
Yeah, so that's fine. But
Still new.
yeah.
Still don't know what we're doing.
So it's been a little bit. I don't want to say exactly how. Hello, dude. That phone will not ring unless we're in here. I swear to you. Somebody answer it. So I've been here for so long, setting all this stuff up. Nothing. I literally hit the record button, however many seconds ago it's rang, and now I don't know where I'm at. What'd I say? I'm not gonna say how long it was because we don't want to date. Because in the first episode I mentioned something about Christmas, and then people was like, "Dang you." That's what they sound like. Dang, you waited that long? Yes, we did do that. So I'm not gonna say how long it was.
It's rough. It's harder than you think.
Yeah.
And I'm not even doing all the editing, so.
No. So we're not making any promises to nobody because this is just a struggle bus. Anyway, this is not for sympathy. What were we even talking about?
Talk about your.
We had an update. I got a little story. Okay, so at the end of the first part of this episode, I had a little...
like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah. For them, yes. I had a little story. I'm not going to recount it because it just happened. I said it just probably minutes ago. About the belt loop. So I said I would keep everybody updated on the progress. So here is the progress. So we went out to bowl. I had contacts in at the time. I remember that. First game, I got a pretty good look. Well, this is relevant too.
Okay.
I got a pretty good look, it's fine. But my contacts, I had a trial pair in, and they were kind of bothering me a little bit. And I was like, shoot. So took them out, put my glasses back on.
I was about to say, I thought you had glasses on, but...
I did, yes.
That's why I was a little confused.
First game, I shot 225. So not bad, but, my eyes were bothering me. I was doing one of these. So I took my contacts out and put my glasses on. And before you know it, I got the front 10 of the next game, okay? And ever since, so when I threw the front 6, I was like, oh my God. I just wanted...
It's the loop.
I just wanted this to be so true. This is so funny. I'm tearing up right now. Anyway, a lot of people ask me, do you get nervous when you're going for 300? You got 9, 10, 11 in a row. And for me, no, I don't anymore. Really.
I still get nervous.
I'll tell you why I don't get nervous.
Oh, we already had this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
It's because if I got the front 10, I'm like, I already come to terms with the fact that I'm going to fail. Okay? So I just come to terms with that. I've left this unplugged. I'm convinced that that doesn't do anything.
We're still going to plug it in.
Nothing happened. So, okay. So, anywho, I just come to terms with the fact that I'm not going to do it.
That's insane.
And it's like reverse of my mentality.
Psychology.
Yeah, because okay, if I come to terms with I'm going to fail, then if I succeed, it's like, oh, I succeeded. But it helps me take the pressure off. Does that make sense?
No.
Okay. Anyway.
I don't get that at all.
People ask me if I get nervous on a 300 or an 800. I don't, and that's why, and that's how. Anyway, normally that's how it is. But I was thinking about this stupid belt loop thing the whole time.
The whole podcast audience is watching.
Yes. Everything's riding on this. But, I had the front 10 all of a sudden. It seemed like all of a sudden. And I go up for the 11th one.
And throw it to China.
No, just wait a minute. Don't get ahead. I look down and my right shoe is untied. Were you down there at this point?
No.
Okay. So I was like, oh crap. So I come off and I'm nervous now. And I put my right foot up on the ball return and I'm trying to tie it and I can't. I can't dude, I'm like, it's literally, and it's only because this stupid belt loop thing. Because I'm like, oh my god, this will be so funny. And I'm like, I cannot tie it.
Doing it for the story.
I get it exactly right. Exactly right. I get it tied, and everything. It took way too long to get my shoe tied, and that I was starting to get embarrassed. But anywho, literally, and so I get up the 11th one, threw it pretty okay. It went high flush, strike, 11 in a row, and I get up there and throw the 12th one and shoot 300 with that freaking belt loop after talking about it the whole time. And I was so happy because I could not wait to get... We get to the culmination of my story, and that's what happens. Somebody answer that phone. I won't continue.
You're good.
All right. So I shot 300, and I was so happy. So I got 525 at the turn, and I don't know about you, but after I shoot 300s, a lot of times I'm more nervous after it's over. Do you find that to be true?
The first, it depends.
Yeah.
I mean, game one, if I shoot 300, I'm like, dude, I can shoot 900. I got 900 left.
I got 900 left.
I got 900 left on the table.
That is a fact, mathematically.
But if I shoot a game two, if I didn't have a big first game, I'm not. I mean, it's just kind of gone once I throw a shot.
True. So if you shoot 225, 300, what are you thinking then?
I need 275.
Yeah, true. And that's what I was thinking. So, I was like, okay, shoot 300. Calm down a little bit. I got 525. There's, I got one miss.
Mm-hmm.
I got one miss the next game, and I can shoot, 800. So next thing you know, I got the front nine next game. So what is that? 21 in a row.
Did you strike it all in the 10th of the...
I left a 7-pin in the fill ball, but I had like 4 before that of the first game. But anyway, I have the front 9, and at this point, I'm on the lane that I'm a little unsure about. I finished on the right lane. I was kind of unsure about it.
I got 21 in a row, but I'm unsure about it. It's what.
Well,
I get what you're saying.
At that point, I was like, if I could finish on one of these 2 lanes, I wish it was not this one.
Right. I just did that Monday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, I'm sure, too. But I go up there, and I'm kind of unsure about it. And I get up there, and I just want the first one, because at this point, I care about 800 a lot more than 300. So I'm like,
I don't know, back-to-back threes, though?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at that point, I really wasn't thinking about it, to be honest.
I probably would have wanted the 300 more.
Oh, just to go back-to-back?
Go back-to-back.
I don't know.
We can't all be Trent Jarvis, though.
I know, Trent, man. I failed you. I left the 7-pin in the first frame. Front 9, 7-pin. And I knew I had to have the spare. You ever shot a 7-pin for 800? That's rough.
Actually, not for...
Well, you can't shoot it for 300.
No,
that's what you're thinking.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Go ahead.
So, okay. So yeah.
I had something pop in my head and it's gone.
Okay.
I mean, as soon as I started talking, I was like, "Yep."
Very good.
Peace out.
Very good. But yeah, now all of a sudden, I just wanted the first one. So if I get the first one, throw a 9 count, that's 288 automatically, right? So that's all I needed. But now I have to make this spare, and I was nervous on that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of blacked out a little bit. Don't remember shooting it because my thing in a high pressure shot like that is just to hurry up and do it.
That is probably the exact opposite of what
I know.
Yeah.
Because
it kind of makes sense because you just don't think about it.
I don't want to think about it. This is normal. I'm shooting a 7-pin. I shoot a bunch of these.
Yeah, fair enough.
I just want to shoot it, and I made it, so it must have worked. So I made it, and then got a strike, 279, 804. My second 804 of the season.
That's crazy.
So I've got 2 804s and 2 300s so far, and about 15 299s. It feels like, but but that is just so funny to me. That we were talking about that, and I'll be darned if I miss that belt loop right here on camera with my little clickety-clack belt.
Clickety-clack.
And sure enough, shot a 300 in the second game.
We also found out the next night to never try it twice.
Yeah. Yeah. The next night we went to championship lanes, and I shot
like 630, 640.
630 or 640, which
I mean, it's not horrible. But...
No, but that's not belt loop worthy. That's not a belt loop score, So I haven't done it again.
I think you just have to give it some time.
Give it some time. Like I wore it out a little bit.
Yeah, twice in a row. I say you do it once a month.
Once a month. I'll take 1-800 a month.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty solid. So, anyway, speaking of high scores and stuff, earlier we were mentioning Munsee lanes, and it was tough. It's pretty much what a lot of this podcast has been about. This episode. So I don't know if we touched on why it was tough. I mean, basically the answer is everything's just old, right? I mean, the lanes are old. Lane machine was old. That's a little foreshadowing. But it just makes everything harder. There's more friction. Carry down's weird. We already talked about that, I think. But by the time that this is released and folks are listening to it, there's been an update in the building.
It's not 100%.
Well, it's not 100%.
It's a loaner machine.
It is?
Probably going to buy it, I would think. But they bought or they're using it before they are 100% like, yeah, we want to buy one.
Oh.
You didn't know
that? No, I did not.
Well, that's awkward.
We'll have to see what the atmosphere is like around this before, because I don't know, because we might not say that.
Why? Everybody here bowling knows.
That's true.
I mean, everybody knows about it.
And it's been on Facebook. I know that because I've seen it.
Yeah, I don't really see an issue there.
Hopefully not. So, what is it? Did we even say what it is?
It's a lane walker 46,000.
46,000?
Dang.
Walker.
I don't know.
It's got a big orange bird on it. It's one of those. Maybe I'll put a picture of it. But yeah, it's one of those fancy lane machines.
Lane walker.
Yeah. I mean, and if you don't know what a lane walker is, I mean, what's a regular lane machine look like? It's a big thing. You ever oiled a lane?
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
Annoying.
Yeah, you got to drag it. I mean, it's so awkward and heavy, and you got to.
This one does it all by itself.
Yeah, it walks.
On its own 2 feet.
Yeah, walks on its own 2 feet. It's scary looking. But there's no person involved. I mean, you program it or whatever. I mean, I don't know how to program a machine, but it knows how far to go, and it oils the entire center by itself with no human intervention. It's like that poem. Here come the soft rains. Here come the soft rains. It's a poem, but it's about like automation and like an automated
back
house.
To the new lane machine.
What do you think
about it?
What do
You just bowled on it Thursday.
It's a cool machine, but you're thinking about the oil.
The shot, yeah.
I know you're talking about. I was just being a jerk. I think the shot to me made sense. I think if I had a new machine, what am I even trying to say?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
If I knew there was a new machine, then a new better machine, then I think it made sense. The way the lanes played. I don't know why I can't say this. It made sense to me.
Okay.
What about you? I'll get more into it, but
first thing, the backends were flying, crisp. Which I mean, in a house shot, that's kind of what you want.
Sure.
And before, you can never swing the lane here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't swinging the lane, but like I was way farther right than normal.
Mm-hmm.
But just because of the back ends, I mean, the centers or the center of the lane to me was fairly similar. Missing it kind of hooked a little bit more just because, like we said, the crisp back ends. But
Right.
But if you got it out, you was getting 9. It may have been a 7-pin or an 8-pin, but you was getting 9.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and for me, I think the lanes actually hooked more than what they did
just
before.
Overall, yeah.
And it's because, exactly what you said, because the back ends are clean.
Yeah.
And I can understand, like, people will see that, they'll see the clean back ends, and they'll say, well, this machine made it drier.
Yeah, not actually knowing what's
Right.
going on, yeah.
And it's easy to say that because ball hooks more equals drier. That makes sense, but that's not really the case.
I'd say a lot of people here throw pearl equipment too.
Mm-hmm,
I'd say that's the majority of just to get through the heads.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people here are used to the track just not hooking.
Yeah.
The track, for those of you that don't know, the track is where most people play. That's like where most people play on the lane. And here, the track didn't hook just because the back ends were dirty. The other older lane machine didn't strip them as well.
Yeah.
So they had some residual oil from the balls tracking it down the lane. And so the track just didn't hook. And I think a lot of people here think that's normal, and it's really not.
Yeah.
So now that the track hooks, people are like, oh, it's drier now.
Well, I believe they're going to do some tweaking
Mm-hmm.
to the shot. There's going to be some added volume and maybe length.
Yeah, and I think it could stand that just because now we're getting the true surface that's not muddled up by the dirty back ends and the old lane machine not stripping them as well.
Right.
So I think I was talking to the people at the counter about this. To me it makes sense. To a lot of people to the uninitiated that just come to bowl every week, it won't make sense. So if you listen to this and you bowl all the time at Munsee Lanes, hopefully this sheds some light on it. Yeah. There's a person. What was that person doing? There was someone at the window.
But I don't think there's anything right there. Is there?
It looked like
I don't.
It looked like she was looking into something.
But there's nothing.
I don't think there's nothing there.
Trash
No.
can or anything there. So.
Well, that was odd. Oh man, I can hear the music.
Well, they can't.
Okay, I hope not. Anyway, so yeah, I mean, we'll see where it goes, but we bowled on the new shot, and you bowled tonight. I haven't bowled tonight. I've only bowled one night. So how? I mean, was it consistent? Would you say?
No, but we also bowled on a pair. So we bowled on 19 and 20, which is kind of known for weird reaction, just because that's where those doors are. That used to be tinted, so I mean they got that weird amount of or not. What am I trying to say? Yeah,
they got a weird amount of. I don't know.
I forgot. But like with those doors opening and closing all the time, the shot right there is fairly weird sometimes. We bowled to I mean it's only the next pair over, but it's a big difference just from where it's at. And it was a consistent shot all night. It didn't change like lane from 17 to 18, and it didn't change from game to game as bad. Which
I think is good because it's when you're getting in side pots, brackets, and stuff. You got somebody bowling on 3 and 4 that's on a completely different shot than someone that's on 15 and 16, 17 and 18.
And honestly, I mean, I'm not in love with the shot they just put down Thursday. And tonight it felt a lot better, but if it's the same every week, I don't care. Like, I don't. As long as I don't come next week and I'm throwing it, my ball never wrinkles.
Right. And I was telling somebody, I was like, well, I mean, it's not the responsibility of the bowling center to put the easiest shot in the world out there in the first place.
I don't care about an easy shot. I just care about a consistent
right,
shot.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still bowling league. I'm not bowling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think that makes sense. So, I don't know. I like the way it's going. I want to thank the managers of the bowling alley just because, there's been some talk. Some of the bowlers have kind of,
it's been a rough year.
A little bit. I mean, but but clearly they want to put money into it, and they're doing the best they can. So if you hate this new shot, then I don't know what to tell you. They're trying to put the money into it, and so I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean,
gonna be bowlers though. They'll complain.
Yeah, sure they will.
Guaranteed.
I mean, the lanes are gonna be healthier now, that they're getting cleaned properly and everything, and so it's a step in the right direction. And I, for one, and I know you do too, really appreciate it.
For sure.
So, I hope they're listening to this. Stan and Paula, thank you for doing that, because people do appreciate it, even if you don't see it right away. But so yeah, so we've been going for about 20 minutes since we started back up on top of the other one.
35 minutes.
Yeah, so we're probably right at an hour probably. So
like I said, he was like, we'll make it 45 minutes, but hey.
Yeah, well, that's what happened, because I'm like, yeah, we can just do a little short follow up right here, and then
it's just hard to do.
And then Craig starts talking, and then next thing you know, we're here for hours.
Wow.
But I think this is a good one. We could probably wrap it up here.
Make sure to find us on Facebook, Twitter,
Facebook, Twitter, Gmail. I'll make an Instagram before this comes out.
All right.
So we'll do an Instagram, and then I'll link all those in the description. So I'll link all of the podcast social medias and our individual social medias, so you can find the links down there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for the support on the first episode, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.